You can have anything you want. By ask and it is given every time. Thank you for watching. Quantum physics science proves that we each create our lives through our choices. Molecules make up everything in our world. What we learn from quantum physics is that nothing in our world exists until we create at the very moment we observe it or experience it. The world is invisible waves of energy, and these invisible waves become the manifested thought when we observe the thought. Therefore, nothing is real until we pay attention to it. What we focus upon expands and makes it come alive in our reality. We truly get what we focus on and upon. We are each completely responsible for what we create. We manifest our realities on a different level based on what's in our subconscious minds. You can have everything that you want and desire, and there are many techniques such as visualization, affirmations, and meditation that are an important part of manifesting thoughts and desires. For those things to manifest in your reality, there must be a healthy field in which to plant the seeds of your desires to grow. Your subconscious mind cannot hold any contradictory thoughts, or what you want won't appear. If you have a belief that you'll never have enough money, or a family, or a certain type of car, financial security, or even fall in love with someone, or never ever be able to live where you really want to live, those beliefs will prevent each and every one of those things from happening. The belief absolutely must be changed first in order to have it. The only problem is with many unclear, not clear, and vague signals to the universe. The law of attraction, which is based on how our reality is created, it doesn't describe the direction of the process of having what we want will truly work. The universe is getting mixed signals. Everything in the world exists as an invisible wave of energy until we give it conscious attention. It is our act of observation that gives it form in our perceptual reality. Consciousness creates our reality, mind over matter. And the very first thing that is affected by our thoughts and consciousnesses is the self and the environment and the self-encounters. From everything we experience to the smell, the taste, the touch, and it is our sensory perceptions that our subconscious memorizes. The subconscious associates these sensations with the memory of events and stores them for later retrieval. For example, if a specific sound is associated with a pleasant experience, then when that sound is heard, the mind will remember that pleasant experience and respond to it. That's why songs have different memories attached to them, and music. This also works for unfavorable associations, which can block a person negatively on a subconscious level when they are experiencing, as these are energies that are projected and absorbed, and we can become addicted to these feelings on a cellular level. This in turn creates repeats of specific scenarios, whether desirous or not, as human beings. The way we observe and what determines exactly what we experience is based on what's in our subconscious minds, which is determined mostly from the sensation and memory of past experiences or circumstances. Mostly from sensation and memory of past experiences and circumstances, the subconscious mind makes an estimated 91% of the total brain. The conscious mind comprises the difference, whilst the subconscious mind transmits a lot of power because it's the subconscious mind that never sleeps. The subconscious mind transmits the energy of desires, emotions, and impulses. Moreover, the energy in the subconscious mind is inexhaustible, as the brain functions 24 hours a day for the rest of your entire life. When the conscious mind and subconscious mind are in conflict, the subconscious mind always wins. Your intuition. For example, when an obese person makes a conscious choice to go on a diet without changing the subconscious desire for the emotional overeating, eventually the subconscious mind will win out and revert back to what is automatically learned, in which is the old habit of overeating. The conscious mind has a limited memory, and most of it is short-term. In contrast, the subconscious mind has virtually infinite memory, enough memory for everything that you will absorb, experience in your entire life. The subconscious mind can often be locked into what the failure is to notice clearly visible alterations to your current surroundings, which can block out what a person is actively seeking from life, such as a short attention span, and that is, we are often carelessly unaware of most of what is going on around us, to the point where we can fail to notice obvious changes in our surroundings, including the ones we've asked for. This is critical to understand when searching for a new reality. Conscious attention is required to see requested changes immediately. Failure to notice obvious changes in our surroundings, including the ones we've asked for, this is critical to understand when searching for new realities. Conscious attention is required to see requested changes. And there are two ways in which people tend to focus. One, on what is wanted, and two, on what is unwanted. Many times people don't even realize that what they're focusing on is what's unwanted. For example, if a person were asked why is important for them to have a good life, they may approach the response in either of those two ways. The first response would give all of the reasons why a good life would enhance that person's well-being overall. However, if the focus is on what is not wanted, the response may be something to the effect of, I want a good job because without it, I will struggle to make ends meet and spend a large amount of my time in a place that I'd rather not be. If I don't do this, I won't have a good life. In the first case, this person moves towards the goal intended, and in the second example, they try to reach the goal by moving away from the opposite of what they have wanted or what they're wanting. In other words, they're focusing on what they don't want, which will continue to make that observation a clear reality by moving away from what they do want. These two ways of focusing the mind create a very different outcome, and it's very important to consciously be aware of which way we do this. The mind figures out how to create what is focused on by attempting to move away from what is unwanted. There is focus on it, and the mind takes what we focus on very literally. It assumes that what we want is whatever we focus on. If it doesn't register the negative, it will begin immediately the process of attracting or creating the things that are in our attention, which is placed upon even though we don't want it. This type of attention creates an internal map of reality in your mind that will always follow. All day, every day, we're placing our attention on something wanted or unwanted. The ability to focus on specific things and suppress all that is unwanted is the key to controlling your experience and gaining happiness. The reality controlling our attention and focus gives us a tremendous amount of power over reality, which can easily be accomplished with practice, affirmations, meditation, and visualization. Here are some of the ways to master this skill. Number 1, let's reevaluate what seems negative to you by reevaluating what may be deemed as a negative experience. We have the opportunity to focus on the good elements of our lives, circumstances, and experiences. This trains the mind to begin creating subconscious patterns of looking at only the positive aspects of our life, experiences, and circumstances. Remember, what we focus on is what created our reality and expand in the first place. If the subconscious mind learns through conscious repetition to automatically search for the positive, then more of the positive will be attracted into our lives. At first, this may seem like an ostrich when it sticks its head in the sand and denying what is actually happening, when in fact, this works beautifully. Number 2, challenge yourself in your free time. Meaning, during unscheduled free time, many people go into a mode of unworthiness information processing, in which they worry about what to do, the mundane tasks such as watching television, and the feeling of guilt of doing nothing. Scheduling things that we enjoy in our free time stops the brain from engaging in the nature of being lazy and reverting to the old programming that automatically occurs. Scheduling productive, positive tasks into our spare time, we then engage in more joyful and positively stimulating experiences. With repetition, this triggers the subconscious mind to automatically and continuously bring up those experiences of more of what makes us happy. Number 3, appreciate all of the goodness that you see, as this is one of the main ingredients and the secrets of the happiest people in the world. What we see, we look for, and we can train ourselves to be a part of the joy that is always waiting to be had. You don't have to passively wait for happiness to come to you. We can search for it and appreciate what is in front of us now by offering gratitude and appreciation for all the lovely things that are already in our existing reality. Whether it be the smell of home cooking, the smile of your mom, the giggle of a child, or the $10 bill you found in an old coat pocket. We can teach the mind what we want from life. As with the other 2 processes, this practice becomes automatic and the mind will intentionally seek more of what we're focusing on. The subconscious mind is beyond our normal awareness, so we have to make a special point to access your subconscious mind, which is meant to be the master, and your subconscious mind, which is meant to be the genius. Once we learn how to train the subconscious mind to focus on the results we want, we can make whatever alterations we wish in our lives briefly. To get anything you want, you need to change what's in your subconscious mind. It is your internal GPS, your gut, your intuition, that it always follows. This means that if you don't like what's happening in your life right now, or you haven't had success manifesting what you want, you can make those changes in your subconscious mind through conscious focus and experience, which is totally different reality. One that is of your choosing and more to your liking. It filters and determines what we pay attention to. We can either use unconsciously our mind, as many do, or we can master them and use them consciously and intentionally through conscious practice. A new programming running unconsciously and automatically, which creates life in a certain preset way. If we choose to operate our focus consciously and intentionally, we can create whatever we want. It's that simple. And the most significant and rewarding aspects of using focus to create what is wanted is mapping how our future experiences will transpire. Thank you so much for listening to our audiovisual Ask and It Is Given